show that Biden is plowing ahead, full steam ahead, as he is putting together his administration.
Yeah, our friend Jeff Zenley reporting, Arlette, that perhaps...
So right now, we all actually wait to hear the official recognition from the team Biden to hear that the next Secretary of State is to be Tony Blinken, who was a former Deputy Secretary of State and who had a deep relationship within the back channel of diplomacy, because he's been very seasoned official inside the Secretary of State relations. I don't really need to have any difficulty. And the major key positions are also going to be announced tomorrow. I don't really need to. I don't really want to actually say the same thing. I really have a better memory than you. Jake Sullivan is likely to be the National Security Advisor. This is not really appointed, nominated a position that needs to be confirmed as a part of the cabinet member. But Jake Sullivan, who actually served Hillary Clinton when she was the Secretary of State and who had a deep connections inside the White House when Joe Biden was a vice president, and he is likely to be the person to take over the National Security Advisor position. And Linda Thomas Greenfield, she is also expected to be the next United States ambassador to the United Nations. She was even actually appointed by the President Bush to serve ambassadorship in Liberia, and she had a deep connection in and outside the United States because she already actually held many different key positions inside the State Department when Joe Biden was vice president and when Barack Obama was the president of the United States. That was really the non-fact. If you really want to actually know deeper, she was chief deputy diplomatic advisor, and she was an ambassador to Liberia, and she had a different history inside the State Department. That's a very well-known fact. I don't really need to think about it. Tony Blinken is likely to be the next Secretary of State. He was known to be the very internationalist, and this is a gesture to heal the wounds left behind by Trump administration by reaching out to different allies. And this is really a friendly gesture to the global community. The United States is not going to stick to the unilateral isolationism pursued by President Donald Trump. And this is also a clear message that President-elect Joe Biden is not going to give in to this type of a dysfunctional atmosphere up in the air. He's going to work really hard to lift heavy weight. No matter what type of a blockage it would have come from, either from President Donald Trump, who really refuses to recognize his victory, or the GSA head, Emily Murphy, who is not going to ascertain the victory result. There would be no indication that this would happen anyhow, anyway. I know. But the actual circumstances are moving forward from the team Biden, regardless of whatever happening event would affect his presidency to come. This incoming administration is fully ready to plow through the difficult tasks by moving forward. No matter what type of difficulty or impediment would it be getting in the way of their path to White House. Doesn't matter. So if I ever actually, bring those names, because, tomorrow we are actually, expected to hear the major official announcement actually securing those, key nominees who are likely to serve their positions in the next administration. And Joe Biden is likely to come out and make official statement. That is likely to be the case because we are actually getting information right now. But, it requires official declaration from the president-elect and his team tomorrow. That is likely to be tomorrow. But because she says that, I don't know. How would I ever actually know more than what she says? Arlene says, it is likely to take place. So we are just actually, expecting to have that experience. There is, legitimate anticipation mounting, for sure. Because there are numerous sources sharing this type of news, right? So let me actually do this once more. Tony Blinken, former Deputy Secretary of State and who had a deep connection as a Chief Deputy Security Advisor for Vice President, Tony Blinken is likely to be, and he is supposed to be, next Secretary of State, to be the head of diplomatic affairs. And Jake Sullivan is expected to be the security advisor, national security advisor, which is not really an immediate part of the cabinet members to be approved, but this actually carries a very significant weight in national security and defense, because this is a very key official part of the intel community. And Linda Thomas Greenfield, a former ambassador to Liberia on behalf of the United States. She was even actually appointed by President Bush at the time. And she, after that, had been connected with the different key positions in the United States to be relevant to foreign affairs. She is likely to be the United States UN ambassador. That's really it. I don't really need to think twice about it.
For the vast majority of them, until the president is sort of walking out the door, or at least, folding up his legal claims and saying, I essentially concede that this is not going to go my way. I don't expect any of them to get out ahead of the president. I don't expect many of them to sort of stand up courageously and say that this is, this is absurd for the president to continue to attack.
This panel says that he doesn't expect to witness many of a brave Republicans who might really want to stand up against Donald Trump, saying that, hey, Mr. President, it's time for you to swallow a humble pie. You know what? Given the current circumstances, especially the very coward behaviors demonstrated by Republican members, it is highly unlikely to witness that type of fortitude mustered from the key GOP members who might actually say no to President to point out his absurdity. It's time for us to recognize the sober consequence. There would be a lesser amount of members who might reflect the importance of moral rectitude in time of difficulty.